Hey everybody, welcome back. So in this video I want to put a light and the camera into this printer. Now I did pick up the little bitty cheap Flashforge camera, and it comes with the camera itself, and it is a little bitty thing, and comes with that little short cable and the screw which I stuck in the side there just so I wouldn't lose it. And it mounts right inside this pillar here, and they even in the enclosure guard piece here, they even put a hole in for it. Now I know it would probably make sense to put the light in first, that way I would have the light to see what I'm doing, but the LED strip that I bought to use as a light is still on the Amazon truck and won't be here for later today, so I'm going to go ahead and get the camera in. So I'm going to pop the screen loose. No, I don't need to do that yet. Let's go ahead and mount the camera. Well, you know what? Maybe I do. I'm going to take the screen loose and I'm going to feed there's a slot at the top. And of course, if you don't have yours enclosed, you're going to see things a little bit differently than what I'm seeing. Let me see if I can focus on there. See, here's this hole here. That's where the cable for the camera is going to come up through, and I know that's probably having trouble focusing. Let's zoom out a little bit. So I pop the screen off, and you will have the slot in your sheet metal. If you have the enclosure top on, you will have the slot in the sheet metal and the hole in the plastic there, and that's where we're going to slide this cable up through from the inside. So I'm going to feed that cable up through, and you saw that there is that plug in the back of the screen. That's where it plugs into. There we go. Going to feed that up through, and I'm going to plug that. Just smacked my head into the lamp. I keep threatening that lamp that if it hits me again, I'm going to get rid of it, but I like it, so maybe I won't. So we're going to plug that into the back of the screen, and now I'm just going to pop the camera, or excuse me, the screen back on. Okay, going to slide the camera right in here. Probably easier to... Hopefully the screw they gave me is going to be long enough for if you have the enclosure. Oh yeah, there's lots. It's more than long enough. You just got to get it past that lip of sheet metal right here, and then it's long enough. Then we just have to tighten it down. And one thing I've found that kind of slightly annoying, only slightly, is these ball-ended Allens don't fit down far enough into their shallow screws to really be able to tighten or loosen very hard. Alright, that appears to be completely on. So, I guess the only thing there is left to do is try it and see if it works. Let's go into the settings. Let's make sure the camera is turned on. Forget which one it is. Camera is on. I don't know the difference between camera and video. Do I need to turn them both on? I really don't know. Let's look at the phone app. See if the phone app will display it. Here is what it looks like on the phone app, and you can make the phone app full screen if you want. And that's what it looks like there. Okay, good news. My LED strip arrived. That is this here. This is made by a company called Pautix, P-A-U-T-I-X. I'll put a link below. And this is a 24 volt, 10 WM length, 2 meters with 8 millimeter color temp 4000 LED strip. And right now it's got a connector on the end that is for, you know, a 24 volt power supply and a barrel jack. I'm going to be cutting that off and soldering wires to it. I've got some wire here which I think is going to be more than enough, a twisted pair. I have my old faithful helping hands with a magnifying glass, but I also have this big 7-inch screen microscope that Joyland sent to me, which I'm going to be reviewing, and honestly, I don't know the order of which is going to come out. I don't know if this review is going to come out before the video of me doing this or what, but I'm going to try and use this for soldering. They say you can, and I would certainly like to, so going to try that. I've also got a connector kit. It only takes a 2-pin connector. I've got a nice set of iWis crimpers, and I've got the back off of the printer, obviously. And let me zoom in, see how well this will work. That's all the way zoomed in. This little yellow connector here, 2-pin connector, it is marked LED, and that is what we're going to be connecting to. So, and there were only 6 screws, 3 running down each side that held the back panel on, so no big deal there. So first things first, let's do this soldering. I think what I'm going to do is just use this end of it and leave the end with the barrel jack connector on, and just take enough of it to go across the front, solder my wires to it, and then run down to the motherboard connector. At least that's my plan right now. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so this is what soldering is going to look like with the Joya lens microscope, and honestly, I think that might be pretty good. So first thing I'm going to do is tin the end of that, and then I think the wires are already tinned, but I'll make sure, and then we'll get on with it. I'm going to have to reposition the camera here because I can't do that with the camera there. Okay, I think I have that tinned and fluxed. I'm telling you, whatever skill you need to be able to do something like this in a microscope, it's not something that just comes naturally. It's really, really hard to make yourself not look at what you're actually working on and looking at the screen. Wow, that is really hard to do. I commend all of you people who have already learned the skill of doing this like with a microscope, because I most certainly have not yet figured out how to do it. There's one, and there is the other right now. Right there. Okay, my wires are soldered on. My wires are soldered on. And boy, that much magnification is beautiful for tiny work, but it really takes a certain skill to be able to work with your hands in one location and your eyes looking in another. And I do not have that skill figured out yet, but hopefully I will, because that is sweet. Okay, I believe I have these pieces in, and I believe the polarity is correct this time, because of course it wasn't the first time, because I forgot to check in 50-50 shot, and you know how that works. So wrong every time if you don't check with 50-50. So let's plug this in, and so there's our light. So that works. I think I have it all in. Let me give you a walk around. For starters, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it back in there? I used just the sticky back tape on it to stick it back up in right on the back of the sheet metal in the front. I did not have to take this off to do it, which is made me happy. I routed the wires. Let me see if I can spin it around while I'm holding the camera, so I can show you how I routed the wires. I don't know if I can do this or not, or if the camera will even focus in here, and I've got the big camera, which makes it hard, but here's the light strip up here. I ran the wires right in along here underneath this sheet metal, and I used some Gorilla Tape to hold it in place. And then as I came down this side, I kind of had to be clear of the carriage right here, so it wasn't running into the wires when it went all the way back. So since I'm running the enclosure and I've got this plastic guard piece, I kind of just tucked the wires right in behind that guard piece. Yeah, it bulges it out a little bit, but the side cover looks like it's still going to fit without a problem. Or any more of a problem than it ever did. So there it is there. So it still fits without a problem. Yeah, there's a bit of a bulge there. I'll get over it. And then on the back, now that I've got that on there, I can't turn it around very easily. Now on the back, I came down in through there, and I just tucked it behind the sheet metal here, and I've got a little bit of an extra loop of wire there. and then just plugged it in. I'm going to go ahead and put the whole thing back together, and obviously it turns on, but I want to check to see if the software can turn it on and off. So let me get it all put back together and I'll be right back. All put back together, panels cleaned up, everything's done. This is how much that I had left over, which is, I mean, like almost all of it. It was 2 meters and I took about, I don't know, 15 inches off of it at most. So let's turn it on. Now, one thing worthy of note, when you're testing this to see if you've done it right, and you first turn the printer on, it does not light up. The internal light that you just built does not turn on until the motherboard has gotten done initializing. So don't get mad at this point like I did and say, oh, it doesn't work, and shut it off and try and figure out what you did. Just wait a bit. I actually didn't do that. I actually was smart enough. One of the few times today I was, but I was smart enough to think, yeah, maybe the motherboard hasn't switched that connector on yet. So right about now, just before it goes to the main screen, it switches on, and there you go. We are fully lit up. Let me switch this light off. And now we have its full beauty. Of course, it's daylight out. So, and now the camera is in it as well. Now, a couple of things worthy of note. There is a light button in Flash Print, Orca Flashforge, and Flash Maker on the Android. The button, and I'll show it to you right here. I'm going over to my computer, and I am going to Flash Maker first. So I'm going to start Flash Maker up now. Yeah, I know you can't see it. That's okay. I'm sorry, not Flash Maker, Flash Print. I get all these stuff confused that all start with the word Flash. And then you will find that we have a light button right down here. And I am going to click that. It's currently showing on. I am going to click that light button right now, and it switches off. I'm going to click it to switch it back on, and now I'm going to tell it to show the camera. So now the camera is on and the light is on, and that is what we look like. And I'll take you over and I'll show you a print as soon as I get a print started. Let's go back here to Flash Maker, and there it shows the Adventurer 5M. If I tap it, notice there is a light button. Notice when I tap it, nothing happens. Not a thing happens. Now I can tap on these icons, they all do something, but the light does nothing. And I also don't know if there's any way to turn the light on and off from the screen. Did I try that? I don't remember trying that. Camera, video, picture, and video. Is that the light there? That one that says video? Nope. This one is record. I don't know what this one is. I really don't. I might have to actually read the manual. Yeah, I don't see any way to turn the light on or off from the front panel. If I'm missing it, let me know. But let me get a print started and we'll look to see what it looks like with the light on. Okay, I have a small part I am printing. It is daytime out still, but let me turn the room light off. Hey, there's the room light, and there's what it looks like. See if I can get you in closer so you can get a better look at what it's like down there, and then I'll show you from above, and then we will go look at it through the camera. That'll be fun. So let me pick you up and show you in through the top. And I got a screen grab, screen capture, I should say, ready to be set up. So let's take a look and see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like from Flash Print with the light and the camera. Now, be aware that I printed this in Orca Slicer because I forgot that I haven't as yet figured out how to connect the device tab in Orca Slicer to the Flashforge Adventurer 5M, and the only reason I haven't figured it out is because I really haven't paid any attention to trying to figure it out. But nonetheless, This is what the camera and the light looks like. It is late afternoon in Arizona, so it is still stupid bright outside. I have turned all the lights off on the inside except my computer monitor, and I have pulled the drapes. So let's shut the light off here, and you can see what it looks like with the light off. So there it goes. The camera does its best to adjust, and it's still fairly light in the room. You can see around easily. I mean, the drapes don't completely block the light out. And of course, I've got an ultra wide screen monitor lit up, putting light back on the printer as well. But that's the difference right there. And we'll turn the light back on, and you can see it gets stupid bright till the software or the camera adjusts. And that's what it looks like. I'm really impressed with it, to be honest with you. So there you have it, my friends. Along with the enclosure, I now have the light and camera installed in my Flashforge A5M. I'm really happy with the way it's all turned out. I'm really enjoying using this printer, and you're going to be seeing a lot from this printer in the near future on this channel. Anyway, hope I helped you all out if you're planning on doing this with your printer. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye for now.